Hello, everybody. How's it going out there? This is David with Night Politics and Religion. Hope everyone's having a good day, a good week, and most importantly, having a good life. And this is something I've been wanting to talk about for the last few days, but I didn't know how I want to talk about. So I figured I'd go ahead and do it now. Do a little background research, just to know that some things I've seen in my everyday life and some personal experiences in my part-time jobs that I do, and give my 2 cents on what I think is going on with the whole restaurants and other jobs. It's not just restaurants. Restaurants are the ones dealing with the most. So I put that in title, but it's other like low paying, entry level, or quote unquote low skill jobs that people are having problems filling. Of course, a lot of it has to do with political climate, COVID, obviously. And let me back up a little bit. If you haven't noticed what's been going on here, of course, we all know COVID happened, obviously. It's pushing our faces all the time. We know that places were forced to shut down, all that. People lost their jobs, got laid off. The government actually installed an additional, I think it was originally a $600 incentive, not incentive, but unemployment benefit above what you already qualify for if you lost your job due to COVID-related shutdowns. So, for example, a lot of restaurants shut down. Restaurants were big culprits, retail stores. Most of the people that were hit by this, who couldn't go remote or work quote unquote essential jobs classified by local governments and whatever, got additional benefits to not feel the blunt of the pain. It was temporary and it's been up and down on certain bills in the past. But long story short, you would go to unemployment plus an additional $600 in payments. Now I think it's like $300, and it may depend on the state how much they want to match. For example, like I'll go ahead and share the screen in my home state in North Carolina here. I'll go ahead and share that screen, and you'll see right here we have a certain incentive in place through September, which pretty much says that LWA or the lost wages assistance for the $300 supplemental payment to unemployment benefits for people who have an unemployment benefit amount of at least $100 a week and are out of work due to COVID-19. LWA is available for the benefit weeks of August 1st, ending August 1st, August 8th, 15th, 26th, 29th, and September 5th. If FEMA has notified states that funding will not be provided for any additional weeks of LWA. So this is something that's been going on for a while now. And because of this, a lot of people are actually, especially in these type of jobs that are low paying, low benefit kind of jobs, that they're better off staying at home. They're better off staying at home to get more money than they would actually get up and going to work. And this has been ongoing for a while, but now things are starting to restaurants and other like retail chains need employees. They need people to help staff the stores and to serve people, stay open. And the problem is they want to go back because they're not offering the wages, or in some case they can't offer the wages, which I'll get to a little later, that they're getting on this with the benefit. So they're better off staying at home. So this has been a problem for a lot of different restaurants. For example, my in-laws, for example, own a restaurant, and they've been having this issue getting help. And some places have been to the point where they literally can't open back up. They literally cannot open back up because they have no one to work, or they're having to shorten their hours, like only do lunch and dinner, no times in between. Just everywhere is a little different. And some places have opened up, then closed down, and opened back up again. And not just the unemployment benefit as well, but the stimulus money came out. People thought, well, I got stimulus money, I'm going to go back to this job yet, and things of that nature, et cetera, et cetera. And we're starting to see like some of the bigger chains like Bojangles, McDonald's, I think Little Caesar, I saw Little Caesar was offered like a $50 sign-on bonus. McDonald's offered a $500 sign-on bonus if you come to work and you work for such a period of time. You'll get those for $500 as a sign-on bonus to join. This is their way of trying to send people, hey, come to work. We'll pay you for it. Come on back. And places like McDonald's don't necessarily pay minimum wage anymore. I think they like pay 8 or 9, maybe 10, which isn't great money, but it's not minimum wage. But in some cases, depending on their job, the job the person had before, and the money they're getting on unemployment plus a benefit is still less. So they're not wanting to go back. And they're all feeling this pinch. I think another factor in regards is the fact that people started picking up what you call the gig economy. And I'll go ahead and share that screen here. That way you can see it for yourself. This is just a basic Investopedia video link that explains to you what the gig economy is supposed to be. And it's pretty much the idea of just working part-time, flexible, short-term jobs to make money in between jobs. Like, for example, this includes Instacart, DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber, anything like that where you pretty much have an app on your phone. You can make your own schedule. You can choose when you want to work, when you don't want to work. And you get money based on the trips you take. I personally, and it's a personal experience, not necessarily endorsing this or anything, though it's pretty convenient, I admit. My wife and I both have Instacart and DoorDash. Now we do both based on our time and what we have time for, what we need to make extra money. Now, my position, I'm not laid off. I do have a full-time job. My wife's a teacher. We end up going remote. So for a while, now my wife been back to school for a while. I'm still remote till September as of right now. But so we never lost our jobs. We just got laptops at home for me, and we got our access set up and be able to go online once they increase, I guess, the bandwidth. Technically, I don't know. I'm not a tech guy, so I may have that term wrong. But the amount of data or whatever needed to support all the people online. And I've been doing that for over almost a year and a half, March of last year when the COVID first hit. So I've been fortunate for most people. But at the same time, I did lose part-time income because I didn't have baseball last year. And that money helps us out towards groceries and extra things. So we decided to pick up these part-time jobs in addition to help pay down our debt. And frankly, I see the appeal. I definitely see the appeal. I did DoorDash. My personal example, when I'm in an area, it's not real city. I have to go out to like the nearest town, like Kannapolis and Concord, to actually get orders because I live in a small little country town. But long story short, I ran 3 hours Sunday morning, made $55 in 3 hours Sunday morning. You get a minimum wage job, it's gonna take you 10 hours. It's gonna take you like 8 hours to get that money. I did it in 3 hours. If you got a car, insurance, license, background checks, good, all that stuff, you can do that. Now, for some people, obviously, if they don't have meet the requirements I just said, you don't have that option. But the point is, I can see whether the gig economy is appealing, and the combination of the unemployment benefits, the layoffs, and the idea of getting opening back up with this gig economy thing is what's hurting these restaurants. Now, as someone who knows people, relatives who have businesses who have the staffing issue, I mean, to be fair, it's hard to find staffing in restaurant stuff anyway because it's not the best kind of work. It's not the most fun work. It's you're on your feet all day. You're usually around. It's really hot in there, especially if you're in a kitchen doing restaurants. So you run around constantly. You're dealing with asshole customers. I can totally understand why people don't want to do it. I 100% legitimately get that why people don't want to do it. And I think the staffing situation will get a little better once this unemployment benefit goes away, which COVID's on the way out. Vaccines are out now. I think it's eventually going to fade. It's going to die down, and they're eventually going to have to go back to work soon. And they may take some of these jobs that are undesirable per se. But again, I think the gig economy has been something that's been impacting us for years to come. It's not just COVID. A lot of people have gone to Instacart, have gone to DoorDash, especially the part-time jobs and younger people going through college or high school. I think maybe 18 or 21, so probably college. To do that instead of going to a restaurant, it's much better. It's more flexible. And end of the day is I think it's going to improve, but like usual with this partial government intervention thing, I think it's going to hurt small business the most. I think in regard to small business, for example, McDonald's, Burger King, they can afford to pay more. Okay, I think they will pay more, which is why they're offering bonuses, which is why they have been increasing wages over the last few years. I know around here they have. They're still not great, but they're better than they were because they really have to do that because they can't get those employees at a lower wage anymore, so they got to pay more. And the market, to an extent, is adjusting for that. Okay, but the problem is small businesses can't do that. That's a concern. So my concern is for the small businessmen and women out there who don't have the profit margins, who don't have corporate backing, who don't have a stock, you don't have a ticker in the stock market, you don't have this money to make up that difference. They're the ones that are going to hurt the most. And this is going to be a big impact for them. The ones who have the extra money, who can make changes and innovate, will find a way to survive, or the ones who have a really loyal client base will, but the ones who haven't won't. I've already seen this. Some restaurants, small business have closed down, gas stations, retail places are no longer open because they have no one to work and they can't afford to pay the people. And a lot of people out there are saying, well, they should get into a new business, they should pay more. you don't understand how profit margins work, do you? Again, the big businesses, the Krogers, the grocery stores, the big chains, they can pay it, but it's the little ones don't have those resources. And again, they don't understand how that works. So it's a very nuanced issue. I don't wish any business to go out of business due to government interventions, but again, I do think the gig economy is going to have a big impact in keeping people from taking those lower paying traditional brick and mortar jobs when they just get a car. If they have one, of course, and everything else is checks the list, they can go and just make $10, $15, $20 an hour doing DoorDash or Instacart or whatever, and make money doing there. In many cases, if you have more than one, some have like 4 or 5, and they just kind of alternate, take turns. Whoever's doing most of the time, they just run that, and they can get by doing that. And that's what now I wouldn't recommend that for someone who's, if you have like a degree and you can actually get a real good 6-figure job or something like that, or a real, like my wife and I have pretty good jobs. So for us to take the gig economy and quit our jobs wouldn't make much sense. In fact, I actually went to my state website, did the unemployment calculator. I qualify for $350 a week, and even with the additional benefit from the unemployment benefit, I still wouldn't make my full-time job. So it doesn't benefit me to stay home. But for a lot of people who are low paid, they do stay home and not work. So those are my thoughts. A little long. Sorry about that. What do you think about this? Do you think it's solid unemployment insurance? Do you think it's the gig economy? Think it's everything involved? I'd like to know your opinion on this. As always, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.